I'm standing at the right hand elevation of the property, inspecting the foundation. You can see here we've got a lot of plants up against the wall, climbing park going up the wall here, and it's all obscuring the foundation. Now, one of the things you don't want around a building is a lot of vegetation that goes onto the walls, because it allows vermin and also things like termites to gain access to the property, and that can be a very bad thing. It's almost impossible to inspect the foundation at this elevation because I can't rip people's plants out, which is what I'd have to do to look at the foundation. So all I can do is observe what I can of the foundation. Now we're here at the front of the house, and you can see in this area here we've got the grade actually coming right up to the brickwork. There should be about a 4 to 6 inch gap. No more, no less, between 4 and 6 inches, and it's not. Again, the grade is too high along here. Gets a bit better there. Now moving to the left-hand elevation of the property. We have a corner pop here, no problem with that, they're just cosmetic. Now we have complete opposite here. The grade has actually shrunk, it's actually reduced down, it's lowered, and this is the opposite problem to the other side. As a consequence, the foundation is not quite as well supported here as it is on the other side. Again, this grade should come up to about 4 to 6 inches from the brick line. The brick line is here. We're entering the rear yard. We have some erosion in this area here. Okay, well here we have a post-tension cable, an exposed post-tension cable end. That's got to be covered up, parged, to prevent water rusting out the cable. More post-tension cable ends that are showing. Again, they must be covered up. You see this one here is particularly bad. It's falling away completely. So post-tension cable ends all exposed on the left-hand elevation. We're now moving to the rear elevation of the property. Now here we've got a bad case of the grade drying out, and I can make my point by looking down here. As you can see here we've got a gap. I can put my fingers down that gap. This is particularly bad. It's caused by the dry weather, and it's what causes foundations to move. The grade around this area needs to be watered. You see we've got a really big gap here all the way along, and this will cause foundation movement if it's not addressed. Yeah, so this is on the left hand rear elevation. We have the grade shrinking away from the foundation. Post-tension cable ends exposed. More exposed here. Yeah, all the way around this property we've got post-tension cable ends exposed. We're at the patio area. And now we're looking at the property at the right rear elevation. Here we've got gutter downpipes. They're emptying onto the grade. They should actually be extended and take the water about 6 feet away from the foundation. 4 to 6 feet is what's recommended. Okay, so on the day of the inspection, There were post-tension cable ends showing and grade incorrect in a number of places around the foundation. This is the side elevation of the property. What we're actually looking at here is the condition of the actual grade itself, and you can see that this is a swale. It's a depression that's actually purposely built in. But what is actually happening is I follow the swale and going uphill. I'm going uphill here. I continue to go uphill, and basically what's happened is the swale has become blocked. It should have a clear route dropping through here and running out, so it actually drains to the road up there. So this area here is not going to drain correctly. And you can see here we've got signs of erosion from runoff running around here, draining the way it should. And we have flower beds which can trap moisture in and around the foundation. That can also affect the foundation, so you've got to be able to drain these beds, and if you look at them closely you'll see there are no holes in the metal that goes around, and so they won't drain properly. The grade here is good, got nice slope on the building, or slope away from the building. Let's look at the grade on the left hand elevation. Again, we've got the erosion, I mentioned that earlier. The grade here slopes away, and there seems to be, yeah, there's a French drain here. There's a French drain here to drain it. That's good. That is a really good, nice thing to fit. It's got a French drain in there. So the drainage on the left hand side of the elevation of the property is good. But as we move to the rear here, you can see we've got a lot of erosion here. Some of it's to do with the tree not allowing the grass to grow, and so it erodes. But also it's to do with drainage, and the drainage is being blocked. The correct drainage should be a swale running where the fence line is, and that's being blocked by the fence. The fence itself is in poor condition on this elevation. We've got broken and rotted boards. Around here we have a small wooden retaining wall going around for flower beds around the swimming pool, and then a drainage area here. Again, the water is running along here. I can't quite see how it's actually getting out. Yeah, so the runoff is directed around here. It's being blocked by the fence. It would be better if it was allowed to get out of the fence rather than run the course around here. This is the attic inspection. The right elevation, you've got a clear out here and it's been cemented in place. That's got to be cleared out so you can remove that plug so the plumber can do his work. There's been some foundation movement at the the right side elevation, and I could tell it because there's been a renewal of the expansion gap with caulking, and you could also see caulking at the windows here. There's quite a lot of caulking. What actually happens is as the foundation moves, these gaps can open up, and a gap opens up between the window and the wall, and I think that's what's been going on there. So you might like to ask them what experience they've had of foundation movement. We're standing at the front of the portico, and up top here we've got foundation movement showing itself in the form of movement of the wall and the roof up in this corner. I'll zoom in on it. You can see on the video a little bit of the condition there. there's a hole in the roof here. It's going to allow rats into the attic if they get on the roof. Now around the house there are windows with steel lintels here, and because of the lintel you should have holes over the top of the lintel. They don't have window inspection. Now a number of the windows are showing condensation between the panes. This is caused when the seal of the double glazed unit starts to break, and as it does so, it allows air in between the windows, and the air contains moisture. And that moisture condenses out when it meets the cold surface of the inner pane where the air conditioning is. As a result of that, you get fogging. This one's particularly apparent. You can actually see condensation on the window on the inside. I don't think it'll come out on the camera. We might get a better picture inside. So, how many of the windows need replacing is difficult to say, because they don't all fog up on the same day. But here's the issue. These windows tend to start to lose their seals all about the same time. It's a very typical condition on properties 10 and 15 years older. Something I expect to find all the time. Yeah, there's evidence of condensation. That's on the outside, so that's good. As I say, it is notoriously difficult to spot. You can only really confirm it when you see condensation. There's one window that's definitely got it. We'll take a photograph of that inside. Okay, so on the lower floor I've looked at most of the windows and I can only find positive fogging on one window. It's the window here beside the yard door. Okay, I'm actually in the upper floor story of the building, and you can see here we've got cracks coming on the frame here, on the frame there. Very typical on doors when there's movement. And this door, you can see it's not closing properly. There's a gap opened up and it's closed at the bottom. It indicates that the door itself is moving. We've got a crack here and a crack there. Sometimes when it goes a long way, the door will stick. This one's not so bad. This is not sticking, so the movement is early. You can see here how the gap opens up, the door is moving down slightly. At the moment, that's nothing really to be too concerned about. It's fixable by using watering. I think this is a result of the shrinkage of the grade around the house. But the good news is it's only in that one point, and there's no cracks in the walls outside as of the day of the inspection, and there's no telltale cracks around windows on this elevation. There's signs of water penetration at this window. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement here. Yeah, a little bit of movement in the door frames. That's really this early stages. And as I say, it can be stopped in its tracks by the crack watering regime. Water penetration at this window here. And if we look up here, there's a small crack in the ceiling here. You can see it. And here we've got a little bit of movement in the ceiling there. And up here we've got movement and a nail pop. So this side of the house, we're at the rear left elevation, is settling slightly. There's signs of water penetration in this area here. Last door. Yeah, we have wood in contact with stone here. That's going to cause water to penetrate. You can see around here you've got water penetration in this area here. Again there. There's water penetration at the front door here, you can see in this area. Right down there. And there's a hole in the threshold there.